All right. So, welcome to this very special live stream where I will share a little bit how to work with the moon energy, and also we'll share a little bit how to cleanse three layers of our bodies. So, we have the physical, mental, astral, and energetic, right? And I'll also share with you my very simple process of how to either make your first connection with your star guides or strengthen that connection with your star family, with your beautiful, beautiful star guides, right? Welcome, darlings. You are all in the perfect time. We're just doing greetings. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me okay. Can you hear me okay? It's so amazing. My heart always feels so happy to see who is joining. So, how tonight is going to go, I will share with you a little bit about how to work with the moon and just with other planets. The moment I begin to dive deeper into understanding how these big bodies, celestial bodies, we call them planets, how they affect our human bodies, as above, so below, right? Ancient wisdom teaching, as above, so below, as within, so without. I began to pay attention. Thank you so much. Okay, people said you can hear me okay. So, the moment I began to pay attention about the planets, I began to tap into a new kind of superpower. No wonder that the ancients civilizations such as ancient Greeks or ancient Egyptians, they considered astrology as a transpersonal psychology. What it means is that the ancients were had this wisdom. The deeper they would understand the movement and the characteristics of the planets, the deeper they could understand themselves and their own human journey. There's a lot of wisdom in that. Every planet has its special character or a flavor. So every time we have a moon, right? We have full moon every month, and we have a new moon every month. And every month, a full moon or new moon and a new sign and a different sign. So it's like a new flavor of energy, right? Which is so exciting. We're never going to get bored, right? So this is the first, just to set the context, and then I will share with you a very simple process how I work with cleansing different layers of our aura. Our aura has 7 subtle fields. So, I always visualize myself when I walk somewhere. I visualize I have this energetic egg around me, a layer after layer after layer of my being, right? That reaches forward outside of my physical body. So your aura is like your resume, right? Our aura is what people feel about us. It's what people either magnetize to us and they say, I love being in your presence. I don't want to leave because it's so amazing and nurturing and loving. Or you sometimes meet somebody and you can't put your finger on, but you can feel that somebody carries a lot of unprocessed pain. Let me know in the comments if you have experienced that. Darlings, I have a very heightened sensitivity, since the time of rapid opening of my psychic gifts. So I can literally scan energetically somebody's body and feel in my body the level of emotional healing that is yet to happen for a person. It can be a gift and it can be a challenge at times, So I became very committed because of my sensitivity. I became very committed to doing this kind of energy cleansing work every month. And not only I felt more vitality coming back to me, more energy, more clarity, feeling like, I really know the difference between what is mine and what is other people's stuff, right? Because, you would cleanse energy in stages, in layers, right? So Every full moon, I make it as my ritual and my tradition. And my intention of hosting this kind of classes or experiences is to plant the seed of a new practice in your life. You know, if you bring an open heart to the process that I will take you through tonight, and if you be willing to receive and to allow the healing to occur, you will feel lighter, you will sleep better, and you will wake up tomorrow seeing your life in a new way. And if there is a skeptical voice somewhere in the background, just honor the skeptic. You're like, thank you, skeptic. I don't need you right now. I'm going to bring my inner child forward, and I'm going to be curious and open-minded and willing. Deal? Okay. So that's kind of the plan, darlings. And then when it comes to our star guides, because I promised you to share a little bit about the star guides, you know, I've been connecting with my spirit guides since 5 years old. I really felt their presence, but I didn't have the right guides around me, right mentors who could teach me how to strengthen that connection without fear. So probably around 15 years ago, I began make a conscious connection to my star family, right? There is many different star guides that watching over our civilization, many, many different advanced beings. You know, some people call them time travelers, right? They come from the future reality because they can travel through the time and space. And some of them have deep devotion for us humans, and they guide us through telepathy, through channeling, through, you know, different psychic abilities of a human, right? So I began connecting with my star guides, and that also brought so much, you know, solace to my heart. I stopped feeling so alone during the turbulence of change and ascension and awakening. And I start really remembering these different gifts of different kind of nature. I begin to remember my multidimensional self. And this is what my intention for sharing more experiences like tonight is, to help all of us remember how vast we are, how strong is our inner being, so we could become really deeply rooted on this planet and deeply connected with our star beings, right? With our star family. So that's my intention, darlings. And I wanted to also share with you a little bit about significance of this full moon, because, you know, it has a special flavor, and the flavor is this full moon in Aries. So whether you have an Aries in your chart or not, it's, you know, if you do, you're going to feel it more strongly. If you don't, you can still attune to it, right? We can feel all of it collectively. But if you think about Aries, it's the first fire sign in the zodiac. Aries is all about identity. It's I am, I will, I am going forward, I am going to initiate, right? So I am not astrologer, but I am a passionately curious about this science. So I follow, you know, my favorite astrologists. So that's what I've learned recently preparing this live stream. So think about, you know, this fiery, ready to initiate, ready to go. And with this full moon, we have two big planets that are affecting this full moon. And they're very, very strong planets. One is Pluto, and another one is Saturn. Saturn is the great teacher. Saturn will bring strong lessons to your plate, right? Whether you want it or not, if the Saturn is in your chart, and Saturn was in my chart all year, darlings, oh my goodness, strong lessons. And Pluto is a planet of transformation. It is a planet of the underworld, planet of death and rebirth. So imagine you have a great teacher of Saturn, right, with strong discipline. You know, Saturn will not let any any sloppiness in our life to be unaccountable for. Right? If we want to take shortcuts and avoid responsibility, Saturn will kick our booties. And then Pluto is here as well, says, let's transform even deeper. That's how you have been asked to transform all this year. The good news, and everything is a good news, but kind of what I love about this full moon is kind of like the last leg of the deepest transformation that we have been going through this year. And some astrologers say that basically this full moon symbolizes the completion of last 35-year cycle of karma. So depending how old are you, I'm 39 years young, and I can definitely relate. I was like, who was I 10 years ago? So the question I'm asking you, who were you 10 years ago? Close your eyes and picture that version of you. All right? So this is the identity that is being invited to be dissolved, to be transmuted with this new version of you that this full moon is illuminating for you to see. I find it's incredible news. So this setting of the context is very important, darlings, because when I guide you through the clearing and through the energy reset in a way, I invite you to keep in mind that version of you that was 10 years ago, right? I was 29. I was just entering my deep Saturn return of death and rebirth. Wow. I'm so glad it's behind me. So, and then there's this new version of you that is coming forward, and that will be fully anchored in a January 2020, or has a possibility of being deeper anchored in the January of 2020. Because right now, after this full moon, what's coming next, darlings, is Mercury retrograde. And if you watched any of my previous live stream on this topic, I actually love Mercury retrograde. I think it's a fantastic time of deep introspection, of evaluating this new identity that is birthing through you, right? Evaluating, what is that you really require for this new version of you to be grounded into the world. And what are you not willing to compromise? And how you're going to show up differently in all of your relationships. So that's the themes that are here present, right? Very, very strong moon, darlings. And I also got some cards for you, like an oracle cards. Yeah, added some new twist for you. So how does the energy clearing work? I wanted to touch on that literally for a couple of minutes. First, we are going to focus on your and mine mental body, right? It's kind of like, the layer that we can access the easiest, right? Where we can access our mind the easiest. So if you studied the work like Joe Dispenza, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, and many incredible progressive neuroscientists, then your brain cannot really distinguish between what you imagine and what you experience if you imagine with a strong enough emotion, with a strong enough belief, right? The reason sometimes these manifestation processes don't work for us, or maybe in the past they didn't, is because we would try to go only on the level of the intellect. I know I did that in the past, only trying to manifest through the mind. We get to engage our whole being, inner world, outer world, heart, body, emotions, making it as real that your body cannot know the difference. So this is the power of when you begin to visualize or imagine or feel into this new identity that you are ready to birth through. Go through this visualization with your whole devotion and see what happens. And then you do it again, and then you do it again, and then you commit to the process, and every full moon is your sacred journey of illumination, cleansing, and reset. I'm going to check the comments to make sure that you are still with me. Roni says the future is informing the present. Yes, my brother, that's precisely that. That's precisely that. Yeah, it's really fascinating, right? So the first, how we work with the quantum reality. First, we make an image in our mind, right, in our mental body, and that's why when I guide you through the clearing, there's going to be a part when I will ask your mental body to release any thought forms, any old ideas about yourself. And all you're required to do is simply agree internally. You say, yes, I choose to release, and feel like the wave of release on your body. So the more you kind of play with me in this process, the more powerful you're going to feel. And then the second one is all about the motion, right? Flooding our body with the feeling of our dream reality already here. Already here. So it's moving into this reality with a state of gratitude, with a state of joy, that nothing is missing in the present. Everything is already here. And by doing that, by entering that state, we remove any resistance, right? And we magnetize that reality even more, kind of like pulling it or choosing it from a quantum soup and magnetizing it through the magnetism of our heart and the richness of our of our inner world, let's say. And then the energy part, right? Let's say it's your energy body. And its energy body is very similar. It's all about vibration and frequency. So the fastest way to raise your vibration is to change your attitude. That's the ultimate secret of life, right? And the attitude is rooted in our unconscious ability to trust life, right? What is our default mechanism? Whatever is arising, do I trust it? Do I not trust it? I think it's enough introduction, darlings. Are you ready to go? I never know where we're going to go. I absolutely trust the process. I ask you to bring the crystal. I brought my Lemurian crystal. It's a really, really powerful one. So whatever crystal you have, crystals have a powerful way to connect us to our benevolent ancestors, to our spirit guides, right? So imagine it's like a transmitter. So hold your crystal in your hands if you want. If you don't have a crystal, that's all right. Imagine that you can visualize a crystal in your hand, right? So, all right, darlings. I will check your comments later. So to stay focused, and I brought a little bit of a wind chimes. And in a second, I will begin to guide you through my voice. And I will ask you or invite you to close your eyes. Because the deeper you go inside your world, the less you will be distracted by your outside reality, right? So if you're ready, darlings, let's go on the journey. I will keep my eyes closed through entire time, and we're just going. It's kind of like a prayer, invocation and devotional time for you and your heart. We begin with taking a deep breath within. With every breath we take, we begin to slow down our mental world. We begin to go within. We begin to become more intimate with our inner being. We begin to connect with that deeper and wiser part of us. And just feel your inner being right now. When I feel my inner being, I feel so much gratitude for this wise part of me that continues to guide me. And in this moment of connection with your inner being, you begin to notice that a beautiful flower opens up petal by petal in the middle of your heart. And in this playful curiosity, you observe this flower. What kind is it? What color is it? This flower represents your heart chakra. Allow it to open even more. And you begin to notice that from the center of your flower, this beautiful rose gold frequency begins to emanate forward in whatever shape it wishes. Mine tend to dance in this spiral, this rose golden spiral. And this is the wave frequency of your love, which is the essence of your inner being, is pure divine love. And if this rose wave frequency wants to spread in other directions, allow it to do so. Imagine that every wave that's coming out from your heart is a blessing for the world. Just feel how good it is to give first before we ask spirit world to cleanse us, to bless our dreams. We go into the state of offering our love to the world. And just allow this rose gold frequency from your heart play in the way that it wants. You begin to shift all your attention to your toes. Just feel your toes. It's so amazing that we have toes. Feel the gratitude for your feet. And when the next moment you begin to visualize that your feet effortlessly turn into the roots of majestic oak tree, like the most natural thing in the world. And very easy and effortless, you have transformed into this incredible oak tree. Your roots going all the way down, 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 as far as you can imagine, to the very core of the earth. And on the next inhale, you begin to observe this vital force from the earth going up and down your root system, bringing you vitality and strength. Take a few seconds to observe this beautiful movement. Wonderful, wonderful. Now that we are fully rooted, we can have a little galactic flight together. So you begin to notice that there is something hovering above your head. What is it, you wonder? You kind of look up with your eyes closed, And you notice this incredibly beautiful, shimmering, translucent, a lotus flower descending above your head and just kind of hovering above it. This is your magnificent crown chakra. And just like your heart chakra opened petal by petal, your crown chakra begins to open petal by petal. And you begin to receive this incredibly loving, pure light from the source consciousness into your being. Imagine this is like a rain of grace pouring over your whole being. See, feel, or imagine this process. This rain of divine grace. You begin to notice how your shoulders relax, your belly gets relaxed, and all these burdens in your life just begin to fall away. And you begin to feel fully here. And now we're ready to do a quantum energy work. But before we do that, just imagine that your star guides, your benevolent star guides, they come forward to meet you and they stand in a circle around you. I often see 7 star guides that show up. However many you see or feel, it's perfectly all right. Sometimes they show up as these pillars of fire for me. Sometimes it's as the white light. You can simply begin to feel the presence of your guides with your heart. And if it feels good to you, only if it feels good to you, you can visualize extending that rose gold frequency of your love towards your star guides, thanking them for protection and wisdom and the support they've been giving to you even before you were born. Let's take a moment to feel gratitude for that. Oh, so good. I feel your hearts. Everyone who is present on this live stream, really strong container. I feel your heart. So stay in your heart. Stay in this beautiful frequency of gratitude, which rapidly raises your vibration. And in this moment, we're going to go layer by layer and simply listen to the guidance of my voice. And whatever you hear, something that I say that you deeply resonate, just receive it in your heart and feel it. And maybe in your mind and in your heart, you say, yes, yes, please. I choose to release. I choose to let go. I invite you to visualize your mental body, your body of magic. This is the layer of your genius that when you cleanse it from negative thought forms, it comes online with the most brilliant ideas. And when it cleanses to the point that it becomes a magnet for divine muse, divine mind. So it is our great responsibility to keep our mental body clean by choosing to let go of anything that clogs it. So let's do this together. Connect to your mental body with your heart. And then say after me. In my sovereign free will, I choose to let go from any negative thoughts, ideas of limitations, resistance to change, old opinions, judgments, being stuck in my intellect, anything that clogs my mental body and prevents me from unlocking the power of my imagination, I choose to release. And I invite the divine rain of grace to fully cleanse my mental body now. Begin to visualize the pouring of this incredible, loving light frequency from the source consciousness. Maybe you want to see it as a moonlight, your mental body dancing in the moonlight. Feel it with your heart. It is my sovereign free will to become a magnet of the most brilliant ideas that bring positive change into my life. I'm a magnet of prosperity consciousness. I'm a magnet of playful creativity. I choose to see my mental body as the body of magic. Take a deep breath in. Let's go to the next, your astral body. Your astral body is what people feel the most when they meet you. I would suggest to clear your astral body on a daily basis. Your astral body is connected to the astral plane where every single desire that you have has an entity of its own. It is a great work to purify our desires. There is a great honor and a great nobility in looking honestly at our desire nature and letting go of this addiction to holding a mask, to being perfect, to compare ourselves to others. Let this go. You know, in the fear of not being enough, an anxiety about the future, addiction to work. May you desire to be of service. May you desire to fall in love with simplicity. May you desire to be pure in your heart. So let's unify our hearts. This is a very powerful moment, dear family. As a collective intention is the most powerful experience. What do we desire for our planet? What do we desire for the children of this planet? Feel into that and begin to radiate that vibration forward. Now begin to visualize your astral body, your feelings, your inner being, your beautiful, powerful feeling nature. Embrace all of it, the dark and the light, and repeat after me. It is my intention to purify my astral body, to return to my innocence, to learn how to live with an open heart. On this powerful full moon, I choose to let go any old ways of being rooted in fear, hidden agendas, and a power struggle. On this powerful full moon, I choose to let go and release any old feelings of unworthiness, any desire to prove myself, any feeling that I am not lovable as I am, or I need to work hard to be lovable. I choose to let go and dissolve this old identity that it's time to release. And now, family, I invite you to tune in to the version of you 10 years ago. And just feel deep compassion for that version of you. And look back in your mind's eye in the last decade of your life. And I hope you feel a sense of awe. And I'm going to give you another secret, family. The second fastest way to raise your frequency is to accept yourself fully. So, if there's old feelings that you are not where you have to be, where you need to be, an anxiety of high achiever, embrace it with love and transcend it. I invite you to step into the knowing that you are where you are, and that's where you get to be and to grow and to evolve and to serve. And once again, visualize this magnificent rain of grace washing over your emotional body, washing away the old wounds. It is such a paradox that we are whole and wounded at the same time. And our wounds must be washed with awareness. So be gentle with yourself. Maybe there's some scars from the past that are still in the process of healing. May this energy of the moon help you see the beauty of your soul. No matter what you went through, you're still standing, and you're still able to walk your path with a smile. And the last layer is our energy body. And an energy body, our energy body, such a potent layer. Begin to imagine, just for the fun of it, that you can stretch your aura all around you through the power of your imagination. And if it's fun for you, you can visualize your aura full of this rose gold vibration, full of your love. And you can let it stretch and reach as far as you can see, definitely outside of your house. And include your street, include your town. Imagine that you can extend your energy being this much. Yes, you can. And now, while you're visualizing that, I'm going to invoke the clearing for our energy body. I'm going to invoke the energy of Great Divine Mother for this. Divine Cosmic Mother, Spirit of Grace, I ask for your blessing for every single soul that is here, present in their purity, in their devotion, in their openness. I ask for you to re-energize every single person's here energy body with your divine light, with your life force, with your vitality. Cleanse and purify anything that is stuck in the energy body, any entities, any wrong, any low vibration frequencies and beings. Remove and release them into the white light. Help them transmute, teach them to transmute low vibrations into your alchemical gold. I feel a lot of grief in the collective. If you feel that too, darlings, just imagine that this energy can go from your chest all the way down your body, through your feet, and into the Mother Earth. And disappointment, feel disappointment energy. It's the same vibration, like we're not where we get to be by this time. It's impatience and a lack of trust and a lack of courage. So if it relates, choose to release it. Simply saying, I release it, I let go. Beautiful. And I invite you to come back to your heart right now and to feel into the perfection of your life. Feel gratitude for every resource you have available to you right now. Feel gratitude for your ability to be here, to have access to this work. I feel gratitude for your state of awakening and your remembrance. And let's ground this process by anchoring in this new a new identity that is wanting to be born. I hear the word for this new identity, a balanced fire. Is there such a thing? Serenity, slow harmony, grace. And just savor the moment of and allowing this integration to happen. Great Spirit, we request illumination of our hearts, our lives, our souls. Help us see our true soul beauty. Help us realize that all resources we require is always available in the now. Help us remember how to relate to each other. Help us to cultivate courage in trusting our creativity. And help us slow down to discover the magic of our current reality and everything that's unfolding from now on. And so be it. And just stay with your eyes closed for another 3 seconds. Savor the feeling of this serenity. And I just invite you to consider when you open your eyes, nothing changes except you open your eyes. The quantum reality that we have experienced together is ever present. All is needed is this intentional slowing down and accessing your inner being. Hopefully every full moon or every new moon in a way of a ritual. And when you're ready, if you're ready, you can open your beautiful eyes and kind of like move your body a little bit, open that back. Hello. You know, the cards that I have pulled for all of us. And it's this one that is called The Perfection of Your Life. And I thought it was really sweet, this message. To really focus on all the ways that life is already a sweet perfection. And focusing on that and allowing it to grow instead of focusing what's missing, right? So, my beloveds, let me know, how was it for you? Did you feel a shift in your being? Um, it's such a treat. It's such a treat for me to bring a group together and to go with you through the process. I find the group activations are 1,000 times more powerful. You can really go into some beautiful places as a group. Yeah. Please keep sharing. Please keep sharing in the comments. I begin to see them and I treasure them really deeply. So, yes, your star guides, you begin to talk to your star guides or your spirit guides. Yes, sometimes I invoke our wings to unfold. If you've been some of my other clearings, they're playful. So angel wings. Oh, okay. So Katajinka says the grief wave was spot on. So many shifts, so much love, so incredible, cleared and aligned in many areas. Oh, thank you, my loves, so much. Thank you, Katerina. I felt the power of the collective love. Hi, Maria, darling. Eva, I see you, sweetheart. Alana, Star. I see a lot of magnificent souls right here. Alexandra, hello, darling. Titus just joined. Mikhail. Yeah, and if you just joined, we just returned into our physical bodies, but the replay will be available. And you can go through this journey and receive it. And you can go through this journey even again. There is really you cannot overdo it. When I discovered quantum healing work, I rarely do anything halfway. I'm either all in or all out. So when I discovered energy work and clearing work, I would clear myself every day, 3 times a day. I kid you not. I was like, what else can I clear? And I saw massive, massive shifts in my life. Yeah. Look at that. Daniel says, um, clearing a great deal of family imprinting so I can embody my full sovereignty. So much love for you, Daniel, and everything you stand for. I see you. Maya, gratitude from moon soul to the moon soul, integration, contemplation, lots of love. Oh, wow. Heidi says, thank you, Katerina. I saw my grandma and great grandma. I love it, darlings. Yeah, with ancestors. I love working with ancestors. My suggestion, I always say, I invite benevolent and healed ancestors to communicate to me or bless me, right? So that's a kind of a little tip for you. So Katarzyna says, Gold Rose light wave of collective love shot so far and so vast across the globe into the stars and beyond. I love you, family. I really feel the power of this group. Really, really felt you today. Um, yeah. Vicky says, I would like to know why we went back 10 years because that was the worst time of life. Yeah, Vicky, I would say compassion. If I look at myself 10 years ago, I went through a difficult time as well. I had precancerous cells in my body. I had my first depression and I had my first deep dark night of the soul. But that was the most beautiful time of my life as well because it cracked my ego open and it literally put me on my knees to surrender to the mystery of life. So 10 years can give a big perspective of where you've been consciousness wise and how you have grown and how you are right now. So that's why 10 years is just it's just kind of like a time frame. You can go 35 years, you can go 25 years. It's really up to you. So you can play with that. I love the version of me 10 years ago. I have so much love for that young woman that, had all the reasons to become jaded and cynical, and she didn't. So I love you so much, darlings. Tina says, my heart feels unfold. Oh, your flower, your rose. I love it. I love it. Yeah, darling. So it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. For those of you who went through my frequency shift program, darlings, you know how powerful it is to go deeper with each clearing. It's available on my website if you want to go deeper. It's super affordable. It's on-demand course. And I am going to teach a version of it live this year. I just let the cat out of the bag. It's going to be in a new way, darlings. It's going to be in a different way. So I will announce it when it's time. But for now, I hope you received what you have received and you feel more clear and more in love with your heart and with your essence. And then tonight, just give an intention to your body and to your subconscious mind to integrate everything you've received. And set an intention before you drift to sleep to wake up tomorrow feeling light and seeing your life in a new way. And a great way of integration is actually to journal about your experience, right? So whatever you've received, right? Vicky, yeah, you're welcome, darlings. Just thank you for the journey tonight. Yeah, it's whatever you received, I invite you to journal about it and cherish that so your body integrates. And I am so grateful for you. Drink more water. Bless your water when you drink it. I'm looking forward to seeing you again on live streams. Darlings, this is an honest confession. If I don't talk to you on the live stream for a week, I literally feel like I miss you. I swear. I was talking to my neighbor. I was like, I miss my people. So I feel you. I feel your heart. And I'm very proud of you for walking with faith and trust and learning to, be the light in the world simply by being your authentic self. It's not about being perfect. It's become authentic, right? And authentic, you accept all of you, the light and the dark, what you understand about yourself and what still remains a mystery. And I will just kind of integrate 2 points. The fastest way to raise your vibration, number 1, is to get in a state of gratitude. And number 2 is accept yourself. So every time you accept yourself a little bit more, your frequency rises. And when your frequency rises, what happens? Your attractor field, everything you attract towards yourself begins to rise. And you begin to magnetize a higher frequency people, higher frequency opportunities, higher frequency experiences. So if I would just offer you this, if you remember these 2 little tools, whenever you're in a funk, find a way to get in the place of gratitude by seeing the perfection of your life right now. And then accept yourself, and see how much more easier it will be for you to be your authentic self and not to wear a mask, right? Of perfection or whatever the masks are, and becoming more and more authentic, natural you. That is my desire for all of us. And if you just joined, darlings, we just landed this plane. It's about an hour recording, but if you look through the comments, you will see the response of the group. We went somewhere truly, truly magnificent today. And I am blessed to be of service to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. And you can find me on my website, katerinasatori.com, if you'd like to learn more about my work. And I will see you on Facebook. All right. Have a beautiful, blissful night, darlings. I love you so much.